Pregame.com.
NBA action, the Battle of LA. It's the Lakers at the Clippers. Wednesday night. He's Stephen Over. I'm Marco D'Angelo. We're going to break this one down for you. Stephen, this is becoming a heated rivalry real quick between the Lakers and the Clippers.
Well, it's about time. It's been about 30 years since...
Well, you know, the Lakers don't like somebody else taking the spotlight. You know, the spotlight's only supposed to shine on them in L.A., and the Clippers, you know, they're resurgent. They've had a lot of hype coming in after they signed CP3, especially after, he was going to L.A. to start the season. Then that trade got nixed by the commissioner. And it was the Clippers all season that were on top, and the Lakers were chasing them. We've had a little bit of a reversal now. The Lakers have taken back over the spot over L.A. What do you make of this coming in? The Clippers, they had that losing streak, but now they're hot again. They've won 5 in a row.
They are playing better. I'd imagine the Lakers could come a dog here, and if they do, I'd have to take a strong look at the Lakers because I think they win this game.
Yeah, we're taping on Monday, guys, and this is a Wednesday game, and we're projecting that the Clippers, I've got them as a 1.5-point favorite, and again, that's a projection, and unfortunately, the Lakers do play on Tuesday night, so they're not going to have a day's rest, but the fact that they're playing, it's at the Clippers, but we all know it's in Staples, so they're not traveling, Staples, so you don't have the travel dilemma for them. Are the Clippers back with this 5-game winning streak?
Well, the Clippers were good early. They're a nice story. They're finally, a team worth talking about, and they have a couple superstars. Although I think Blake Griffin is one of the more overrated players. He's a highlight reel with his dunks, but he's not especially that adept at other parts of the game. And
I'm okay with just feeding him the ball and letting him dunk it. Keep it simple. If it works,
I'm okay with fouling him. It's. But anyways, back to why I kind of like the Lakers. But now we're into April, and we can kind of forget about the Clippers as we get down to the nitty-gritty.
Okay, you can send all of your hate mail, you Clipper fans, to Stephen Over at Pregame.
Well, the Clippers got a bad break losing Chauncey Billups. I mean, they're barely over a 500 team without him. And, they're good. They're far better than they used to be, and maybe that's unduly harsh to write them off. But the way I look at it, Marco, come the end of April, we're starting to get ready for the playoffs and that. You have the Bulls and the Heat over in the East, and in the West I put the Thunder and the Spurs, and as a dark horse, the Lakers. I think they could get it together. They still have the pieces, and I think Andrew Bynum is going to be all right. He sprained an ankle or something. I think he'll be all right. Because if he doesn't play, then I probably won't play the Lakers. I'm anticipating he's going to play. He's had a big March. I think he averaged 22 points and 10 rebounds per game, and if that guy comes on, I think the Lakers could be a factor.
And don't quote me 100% on this, but I heard this on the radio stat on the Clippers. I think the Clippers set a record in the month of March for number of games played. It was an NBA record. They played 20 games in the month of March. That, that could have a good bit of that losing streak too. And then don't forget, there was, a lot of questions. I mean, there was actually questions about both coaches here in L.A. Del Negro losing control of, his locker room, some dissension there. And then he got usually is the kiss of death. The owner gives the vote of confidence to his coach that he's not going to get fired. That usually means 2 weeks later the guy's gone. But then they roll off the 5 in a row. The Lakers, although they've taken over first place, Stephen, this is a team that if you're betting the Lakers, they have been a complete, total money burner. They're burning money faster than NBA wives on Rodeo Drive. Okay? They're 1-9 against the spread in their last 10 games. That's not good for the backers. But the good news is, they're 6-4 straight up in those games. But they're not covering the spread. So what that tells me is two things. The Lakers, as we've seen time and time again with them, they don't come to play every night. They seem to play to the level of their competition. And we're not going to have to worry about that factor in this game because we're going to be dealing with a small number.
Yeah.
So they just got to win the game, if they can win the game. They're definitely going to rise to the occasion. They're not going to have a lackluster performance because this is the team closest to them in the division, and they're tired of hearing about the upstart Clippers. So you will get the Lakers A game.
Okay.
But is it enough to beat the Clippers?
Well, that's the million-dollar question here. I will take the Lakers at home, motivated against a team that I think they're better than.
They're not technically at home.
Okay, I'll rephrase that. Make me sound like a lawyer. I will rephrase. I will take the Lakers in a motivated situation at Staples Center against a team that I think they're better than. But they have to prove it. But if the Clippers come the favorite, I'd have to take a strong look at the Lakers.
Well, I'm on the fence with the game. And for the Clippers, I am going to say this is a statement game for them. You know, this is a game where...
That was more, don't you think, Marco, early in the season? They had that statement type of game against the Lakers. They beat them during preseason, and they came during the regular season, and they showed them. I think that thing's kind of over with, don't you?
See, I don't, and the reason I don't is because they're now in second place. They're not... Before the Lakers were chasing
division-wise. I was thinking more, the LA type of thing.
But I'm looking at the two teams in LA and the fact that the Lakers have regained, the king of the hill, so to speak, of LA again. This is a game that because of this 5-game winning streak, people are going to look and say, okay, well, they played, they really didn't beat anybody in that 5-game stretch. And I can't argue that. But you can say if they win this game, now all of a sudden you don't question that they have a 5-game winning streak against a soft schedule. If they beat the Lakers, it legitimizes the 5-game winning streak. I think it's going to be a playoff atmosphere. And with that said, my lean in this game would actually be to the total. And I think you're going to get some value. Now, again, the Lakers play on Tuesday night, so I don't have we won't have the outcome of that as we're handicapping today. But the Lakers' last game was Sunday night, and they played Golden State. And I took the Lakers and laid the points, and they bit me in the butt. They win by 8, laying 10. But it was a high-scoring game, and I think the fact people are going to look and see that high-scoring game, they're going to look. The Clippers' last game went over as well. We're going to get a little bit of value, I think, in the total. We're going to get a couple extra points on the over. It's on ESPN, so you're going to get more public money involved in this game because it's a TV game. I think Vegas is going to shade this a little bit up, and I think the value is going to lie in the under because if this is a playoff atmosphere and the Lakers come to play hard-nosed defense, we all know Kobe can score. Even when Kobe on Saturday against, I think it was New Orleans, he had a horrible game. I think it was like 4 for 21 or something. But at the end of the game, he hits the three-pointer that wins the game. So, Kobe can score when Kobe wants to score. When Kobe comes to play defense, it's a different team. And I think because Kobe is such an egomaniac, did I say that out loud? Yeah, he's an egomaniac that he's going to bring his A game because he's tired of hearing about the Clippers. So to me, that's going to tend to more of we're going to see, instead of Kobe going off shooting the 40 points, you're going to see more of the balance attack from the Lakers and Kobe spending some of that energy on defense.
Well, I'd like to see that if I get on the Lakers because they seem to do better when Kobe doesn't have those monster games.
Right.
The under makes sense theoretically because I do think there will be a defensive mentality there, a playoff-type atmosphere, and the teams will be intense there. The other side, though, I think the one reason why I like the Lakers, and I think they're going to come on, is I like Ramon Sessions, the point guard they picked up. I think he's a big upgrade on Derek Fisher. He's been kind of under the radar. But when he's had minutes, like when he had with the Bucks a couple years ago, he's put up big numbers, and he's getting better and better. The Lakers are getting more and more comfortable with him, and that could lead to some points. And plus, the danger, and you've been Mr. Bad Beat. You've suffered some tough bad beats. hate to see you get involved with the under, and we're talking about a 1.5 point projected spread or a pick'em type range. Leaves the door open for overtime, you know, so
It
but you
does.
can't really factor
But
that.
yeah,
though.
if you start handicapping totals worried about overtime, you might as well just quit playing totals.
I mean, it's bit me numbers numerous times, so it's always in the back of my mind when I'm
But
playing under.
I've got a small lean to the under in this one, but this is your official free pick, and you're going to go with?
I'm going to go with the Lakers. I would project the score, Marco, to be maybe 95-93, you know, a little bit, you know, towards the under there. And it's,
I'm projecting, my thing is I'm projecting a final score of 185, you know, 185 or less. And I think that we're going to get some value because the total's going to definitely come out above that. And I think we're going to get a couple extra points just given what happened over the weekend. And Vegas, I mean, we've talked about it over and over again. When it's a TV game, and it's the Lakers, they're going to have more of a tendency to bring the total out maybe a point or two higher than they normally would when it's a TV game because they know more people are going to bet the game. And human nature bets over.
Well, this could be one, Marco, where maybe it pays to shop, especially if you live in Vegas where the offshores may have a lower total than some shops here in Vegas, getting the Southern California people. Because if they come to watch this, you know, they want scoring. And,
absolutely. There you have it. We've got Steven Over with the L.A. Lakers in the Staples Center.
Key point.
And I'm going to go with the, my opinion is the under in the game. You can watch all of the videos all week long at pregame.tv. That's your headquarters to find all of the videos for us each week. And Scott and Brian are going to be in taping Tuesday for some videos. And then, of course, I'll be back later in the week. We'll have Vegas Runner in the studios, and I'll be here, and we'll be covering more action. So nonstop action all week long. Baseball is starting this week. A lot of guys like fantasy baseball. We're going to do a video up next where we're going to talk about the comparison to fantasy baseball in sports handicapping. And I think there's a big correlation between the two, and we're going to explain why. Next video up next.